last 2 days of shark, bee, pig, and honey.
So hello everybody, I am out here with Justin, a mead maker from Out Island Mead Company. And Justin, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So what is mead?
Well, the easiest description is honey wine.
So we think about honey wine, we think of it being wine.
Mm-hmm.
How is it different than the wine that I'm familiar with that comes from grapes?
Well, you know, the process to make it is very, very similar to what winemakers use. The only difference is that we add water to it because there's so much sugar in the honey, and you need to stretch that out a little bit. So that's the only fundamental difference.
So how much time, effort, honey went into making this bottle for all of us to enjoy?
Well, if we talk about it right from the get-go with the bees, this bottle represents probably the nectar of about 1 million flowers. So it's a lot of effort on the point of our little girls over here. But beyond that, of course, we got the beekeepers' efforts, and then before we even get started with me putting it together for the fermentation.
Well, it's fascinating, and I say we just get to drinking some mead. What do you think?
Let's do it. Always good.
So what makes like a wine from Exuma taste differently than a wine from, say, the United States? Like what kind of factors go into different flavors within a mead?
Well, I mean, of course, the very first and most important thing is the honey, and the honey is determined by the nectar that the bees collect, right? So, because we live in a different climate with the different ecology, the blossoms that are available to the bees to get their nectar from, those vary quite wildly over what is typical in the United States. So in the United States or North America, you often get a lot of clover. You get things like orange blossom, these kinds of things. Whereas you come to the islands here, you're going to see a lot more coconut blossom or logwood, and these are all going to have an impact onto the color and flavor of the honey. So that's your base one right there. After that, it's really whether or not you're going to add any sort of fruits or anything else to it. You know, if you decide to go down the route of melomel, which is any fruit additive.
Now we know that fine wines can age,
Yes.
can mead age.
Absolutely, yes. It definitely refines, much like wine, over time.
So Justin, thank you very much for sharing this mead and let me experience this out here with the bees. I still haven't gotten stung yet, so that's a success, but thanks again. Cheers, everybody.